coming off the skin of the back of your neck and your spine. As a shaman, you know, a lot of times the shaman is here to really climb the proverbial tree, to go out. Beautiful, it's always there, it's always here with us. And you know, for me to speak about how tea ceremony can help you to embody the goddess within, we must first understand what exactly is a goddess, right? For me, it is truly to own the goddess within, to touch base with that dark goddess, that siren goddess in us, the goddess who's been, because people were so fearful of her powers to bring death, her powers to regenerate, her powers to renew. And I understand where that fear come from, because I have been in that spot for a long time in linear way of thinking. The event is fucking amazing, and if you want to join me, there are early bird tickets on sale right now, and there are only 10 spots. Only 10 spots. And when it's sold out, that's it. And yes, the early bird tickets will end on July 11th. So that's like in 10 days' time. So if you really want to come on in, join me. And I'll put the link in the description as well. Now, coming back to the Dark Goddess. The Dark Goddess was a huge inspiration for what I call the Siren Goddess. And I am the embodiment of that, because obviously it's my personal brand. And secondly, beyond branding, beyond all the